Hey guys, it's SFP here, and welcome to episode number 24 of my FIFA 16 Morecambe Career Mode. And we have three pretty interesting games coming up. And before I say that, actually, thinking about interesting, I've still getting comments of people not actually satisfied with this career mode, and that's understandable. So because of that, what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to put this career mode on hold once I finish this season and then progress to a new one. This career mode by no means is over. It's gonna be on hiatus for a bit. I'm gonna be starting a new one, and as of right now, I will give you guys the options of either choosing Bayern Munich, Inter Milan, or actually another one that's been matched by Gabe is Borussia Dortmund. I will be actually uploading a video in response to that, or something to that extent, in a future video, and I will let you guys decide what it is you guys want me to play. Uh, Hopefully, it'll be one that I'm actually interested in. But if you actually want to shout out any other teams that you might be interested in watching, please let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll get more into detail in the next intro. Anyways, here we have Ojama Ojama. Finally, I think gets a goal here, and a very awkwardly goal to be quite frank. And I've been underwhelmed with his performance so far. He seems to be getting the easy goals down here, or against weaker opponents, I should say. But when it comes to crunch time, when it comes to games where I actually need him to be proactive and proficient, he is lacking in that department, unfortunately. So, just to, I guess, kind of compare with my other strikers, Keller and Mullen have been uh, just as good, if not better, than Ojama right now. So far, I'm not liking the fact that I've overpaid for this player who is very pacey, but can't seem or has difficulty finding the ball, putting the ball in the back of the net. And that will be how the first half of this game will end, guys. We have the 1-0 lead so far, and here we have Welsh. Welsh has too much space, and that seems to be what's happening. And speaking about underwhelming, Walker has been somewhat of a disappointment. He seems to be constantly in these little situations or circumstances where he gets one of these goals and I'm like scratching my head. How is that possible? You know, there was that previous one where he basically handed the ball to the attacker in front of the goal. And then there's this one where I'm like, and I know it's not technically his fault because of the bounce, but still, it's just like, what is happening with Walker right now? And hopefully he can make up for it here in this penalty kick shootout that apparently we stumbled upon because we couldn't finish our chances and we couldn't close down the fort. We have Ojama who is going to get the penalty kick. Thank God, because again he's been a little underwhelming so far. And here we have Gardner and Walker gets right. Well, actually Walker actually moved. Granted it was the wrong one. That's fine because these penalty kicks tend to be a crapshoot. My best player so far, Baxter, finishes his opportunity. Very well done. Here another opportunity for Walker to become up big. And oh my god, it's one of those crappy ones where I'm like, I thought he was one in the middle, but he just slightly puts it on the side. Downing, excuse me, makes his opportunity count. Now we have another opportunity. Ken Walker come up big and save Reed's shot. Waits for it, and he doesn't have to because Reed actually just hoofs it, and it goes over the bar again. Again, our center back takes it. And it's unlikely for center back to be so calm, cool, and collected, but he actually does a well job and gives us the potential, the lead actually. And now it's up to Welsh to see if this ends now or will it end with our own opportunity. And come on, Walker, come up big, and Walker comes up big. And I don't know why he's celebrating because this should have been a given. We should have won. This is something that I'm gonna have to address, and by address I mean myself, obviously, because I'm the one playing. But for some reason, my B team is faring better than my A team, and that's something that should not happen considering the A team should have the better players here. But for some reason, and maybe it's just the fact that I'm so used to this, um, not crappy, but lower rated team that is my B team, that I'm more comfortable with them. I know what to expect. I know exactly how hard to take the shots in that this new team for some reason I'm having issues with. Anyways, and that is the final scores for it. And now remember, guys, Thompson is actually back, and we get a training injury in its cousin, who'll be out for 2 weeks. And since it's the beginning of the new month, I will show you guys the squad report right now. So far, everything's looking okay. Castillo actually grown, that's great. Kasim, who I believe is injured now. The good thing is that everyone seems to be growing to a certain extent, which is great. Even Ojama, who wasn't exactly been as exciting, hasn't grown, or has grown at least a bit. Looks like Mullen is still unhappy, which reminds me I have to get his contract settled because I do not want to lose Mullen. I'd rather lose Ojama actually at this point. And even Bealey has grown, that's great. Barhuzian, Ellison, Murphy, Molyneux. And here are goalkeepers who I do not think are actually getting playing times in their respective clubs. But like I said, I needed them because they were going to be complaining about how they weren't getting enough playing time, and considering they're all about the same overall, I might actually consider selling one. And at this point, Walker seems to be the most obvious one right now. But I'll give Walker a chance here. And anyways, I'm going with my B team here, and hopefully they will fare better than my A team did in the other tournament. And I'm a little bit disappointed because this could be the last time I'm playing in the J Paint Trophy. And since it is the last time, and I do want to win that trophy, as insignificant as it may be for some of you guys watching, I do want to win at least every trophy once. And so, considering this is my last opportunity, assuming that I will get promoted, which I don't think I'll have an issue with, this will be my last opportunity. So, I cannot risk losing or having a performance similar to what I had last game. But anyways, this is the actual league, so things are a little bit more relaxed. I'm still number one. I have somewhat of a point cushion here, but it's not that much, maybe 5 points, which could easily be overturned. Granted, we are still at the very beginning of the season, so there is that. Anyways, here's the starting 11 for Peterborough. And we are off with this game. It was here Bahuzian hits the post, but luckily our left midfielder there, and I believe it's Molyneux or is it Fleck? It is Fleck with the goal, and it's his first goal of the season. Quite a comedic one, I should say, but it kind of reminds me of, if you guys remember, I think it was the 2010 South Africa World Cup, where Robinho did all the work, takes a shot, hits the post, of all places, and then Fred just scoops up the rebound, and basically gets his first goal in a World Cup, which is quite humorous because Robinho was working so hard to get his first goal in a World Cup, and Fred just comes in as a sub and makes it happen. Anyways, here on the other end, on our end actually, they are getting quite close, and you can see there what a great save by Thompson with his head. And this are the last few seconds, and that will be the end of the first half, guys. We're going in again with a 1-0 lead, similar to the last game. Hopefully, we'll actually be able to keep this one. I'm going to do a couple changes here. I'm going to take out Barhuzian, put in Wildig, and I'm going to put in, what am I putting in? Am I putting Ellison in? No, I'm going to put in Mullen as a cam. And I believe I'm going to put in Ellison, but I'm going to switch him with Molyneux. Molyneux is going to be a holding midfielder, which is not his typical position, but I really want to get Ellison in here because this is his last year of his contract and he's retiring, so I do want to get that sorted out. And so I'm going to have to sacrifice Molyneux and put him as a holding midfielder, which is okay because we're actually in the lead, so I don't think it should be too much of a problem. And Jack Collison actually gets a yellow card for Peterborough here, and a great opportunity to take a shot and see if we can double our lead. As you can see there, that was just poorly timed, to be quite honest, and whether the yellow is deserved, I'm not quite sure. I think that could have been just a warning shot, but anyways, you can see there, nothing happened. Ellison in the left flank finds Molyneux. Molyneux finds Mullen, I believe. And what a horrible shot by McGowan. It was a great opportunity, and I showed you guys from the beginning because I love the way that play set up, and it was set up perfectly to be finished off, but that didn't happen, unfortunately. Koulibaly with a header, and here Thompson comes up big yet again, conserving our lead. You see that by the replay. Koulibaly with a great header, but Thompson with an even better save. And I'll say this right now, Thompson, either I'm feeling more comfortable with Thompson manning the post, or he's actually a better goalkeeper than Walker. And I know I'm going to get so much. I know I'm crapping on Walker so much, but he's just a very unlucky goalkeeper. I'm really feeling for the guy. But since he's gone out, since he's come to our team, he hasn't exactly been what I was expecting. And so far, here we have another transformation. And Kenyon will just not grow and overall. It's frustrating. He's in this awkward position where it's going to take a couple of repeat training sessions to actually get him up, and that's what she said. And Ojama wants to play the next game, and I believe I'm getting uh, a wish to renew a contract, and Keller wants a pay upgrade, and I'm completely fine with that because even at this rate, even at this salary per week, which he's definitely worth it, this is a steal. But he is faring better than the striker that I'm paying the big bucks for, so I will gladly pay that. And I believe in this, if I remember correctly, I kind of juggled in between which jerseys and kits, or whatever you want to call them, I actually went for because I wanted something that would completely contrast. I was tempted to go with our home jersey and have them have the all black jersey, but after considering it, I was like, no, that may be a little bit too close to see from far away, but just to make sure Bradford City is going to play with their kind of reddish, goldish kind of color, kind of Gryffindorish if you catch my drift here with any of you Harry Potter fans watching. But anyways, guys, as I was saying in the very first intro, like I said, people want a different series, I guess, and that's completely fine with me. I actually quite enjoy this, and I wanted to do uh, a Road to Glory with Morecambe for the longest time. It's been on my to-do list, just like a Bayern Munich one has been on my to-do list, and an Inter Milan one, because those are the teams that I actually follow, and so I feel that that would be beneficial for the career mode guys, because I'd actually enjoy them. Um, the Dortmund, I don't mind. It's not my go-to, but considering there are two Americans there, I'm actually finding it a little bit more exciting, as well as the more I think about it. So, but if there are any other career modes that you guys are clamoring about, please let me know in the comment section down below. What other teams do you think, would you be interested in watching another career mode series? And here we have, I believe it's Baxter with a shot, or is it Ojama? It is Ojama, and to be fair to Ojama, he's had good looks. He's got plenty of good looks. I just wish he would finish them. Because for some reason, he seems to have an eternal rivalry with the post. Because most of the shots just hit the crossbar in the post, and it's ridiculous. And here we have Baxter, who has been our undisputed, I guess I should specify, attacking player. He's been our best attacking player so far. I'm actually quite happy with his performance so far, being critical here and being astute, playing the ball and continuing the plays here. And I remember actually a long time ago, I used to have um, Baxter in my career modes back when he was in Everton, actually, if I remember correctly. I think it's the same Baxter. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's the same Baxter. But back in that day, he had a tremendous potential. Right now, not so much, but I think decent enough where he could actually be uh, a regular contributor here for my team. Anyways, that's how the first half ended. A 1-0 lead, just like we did in everything else. And here we have Lakovic, and Lakovic kind of toe pokes it there and actually beats the goalkeeper. And we double our lead very early on in the second half. is the end of the game, guys. Not too much happened there. Unfortunately, it was just that one opportunity that we had, and we finished it. And that will be the end of this episode, guys. That was obviously the last game, so that doesn't really gonna be much here except the conversation for Wibara thanking him. Anyways, guys, that's it for this video. I'll show you this training simulation. Please like my video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. Follow me on Twitter at SFP Soccer Show and on Twitch at SFP Gaming. Until next time, guys, which is the next video tomorrow. Peace out, and hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day.